Hell of a job, Ernie. To Ernie. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing tonight? Today we are here to celebrate the beautiful couple of Drew and Ashlee. For those of you who do not know me, I am Drew's younger, funnier, more athletic, and better looking brother. In all seriousness, I would like to shout out everyone who made today possible. Not only the people who planned, implemented, and organized this special day, but even the friends and relatives who have traveled across the country to attend. We got Lauren coming from New York, Andy coming from California, and even Grandma Linda and Grandpa Bert coming from Florida. It's truly incredible to see how long and far people are willing to travel for a free meal. All jokes aside, Ashlee, Drew, Mom, Brad, Teresa, and Ernie, you guys have put on one hell of a wedding, so let's get a round of applause going for those guys. So even though I am Drew's only brother, and my competition was rather slim, I am very humbled and honored to speak today as his best man while him and Ashlee tie the knot. You see, when I began writing this thing, I really wasn't sure which direction to go in. I didn't know whether to tell you about the time he threw a banger at Dad's Andover house when Dad was away for the weekend, or the time a couple of York, Maine bike cops had him in handcuffs. Or even the time that he decided to pin the barrel of his new Desert Eagle airsoft gun to the palm of my hand and pulled the trigger. But then I thought to myself, no, I'm better than that. What the hell am I? So you see, Drew and I met back in 1998, and we've been brothers ever since. And for those of you that know us, you know that we are some of the most competitive brothers on the planet. Whether it was wiffle ball in the front yard, ping pong, snowboarding, video games, golf, you name it, and I would do just about anything to be better than him at whatever it was. Not only did this encourage me to compete at my highest level possible and shoot for the best, with whatever it was. So not only did this encourage me to be the best at everything we played, but it encouraged me to compete at my highest level possible and shoot for the best with just about everything in life. And for that, Drew, thank you. I thank you. Woo! And don't get me wrong, guys, there's been multiple occasions where our competitiveness did come back to bite one of us in the butt. For example, back in 2012, snowboarding at the Mount Sunapee Terrain Park, with the neighborhood watching, Drew bet that he could successfully 50-50 grind the double rail that I was petrified of and that I didn't have the guts to do it. So you see, I had no business trying it at the time, but I couldn't bear the thought of not keeping up with Drew, especially with the crowd watching. Long story short, Drew does it, grinds the first rail, soars the gap, grinds the second rail, and sticks the landing. He then immediately begins to taunt and call me out from the bottom of the hill, saying I don't have what it takes, etc., like any good brother. Leaving me no option but to go for it. I then built up the courage to give it a go, proceeded to hit the jump, land on the first rail, slip off the first rail, and face plant into the second one. 7 stitches and a concussion later, and remind me again why I'm thanking you? No, but for real, so Drew actually has always been the biggest role model in my life, whether he's realized it or not. He's truly the hardest worker I know. He is disciplined, he leads by example, and has built quite the reputation for himself throughout the years. And it's because of your good reputation that following in your footsteps has always come easy. You studied business, I studied business, you played college baseball, I played college baseball, you jumped into sales, and I followed. You honestly paved the way for me up until this point, and I know damn well that I wouldn't be where I am today without you or your guidance. Woo! The kids also always had my back. You know, I recall going through some tough times freshman year of college, and although we were in different states, I could always count on you giving me a call just to check in. Through thick and thin, scraps and arguments, good and bad, you're my big brother, and I will always admire you. Not only my brother, but my first friend and my best friend. Woo! Smooth transition here. Ashlee, you look absolutely stunning tonight. Ow! So not too sure how Drew pulled it off, but hats off to him. Ashlee is smart, funny, elegant, caring, intelligent, way cooler than Drew, and will make a hell of an addition to this family. Woo! You see, Ashlee has impacted Drew in the best possible ways, and I really do believe that you bring the best out of him. In other words, you complete him. And as some of you know, I actually do have the pleasure to work alongside Bonnie and Clyde over at Worldwide Express, and it's quite the dynamic, as you can imagine. They met at work years prior to me starting with the company, and it's pretty funny to think that part of how literally hired Ashlee a husband. Yeah, thank you. No, seriously though, you guys, your love is strong, it's admirable, it's undeniable, and at one point was definitely an HR violation. So I'm still single, by choice. But for real, what you guys have together is beautiful, and I truly hope that one day I find something just as special. I couldn't be more excited to officially welcome you to the family, even though you've been a part of it already for however many years. But for real, I am so proud and happy for you guys, and wish you nothing but love, happiness, and success for the years to come. So if you could join me in raising a glass to the two that made tonight possible, the bartenders. I'm just playing. To Ashlee and Drew, love you guys. Cheers.
Woo! Nice job, Dylan.
All right, cheers. And one more